welcome back to the next part of Module 7. And yes, I have changed my clothes. I just didn't feel right in those darker coloured clothes. And I'm very sensitive to colour. I'm very sensitive to the vibration of colour. I love colour. As you can see a little bit from the room where I see clients in here at my home, my treatment room, there's quite a bit of orange and other beautiful warm colours. So if you ever feel not quite right, look at the colours that you're wearing, or if you feel really drawn to wearing a particular colour, don't question that. It will be playing into your chakras and your energy field. So I didn't feel right in those darker coloured clothes, so I went and changed into something lighter. Now I do that really quite often. I love colour and I love being in tune with the colour of the clothing that I'm wearing. So let's move on to this next process, this next exercise. Oh my goodness, I love this one. I know I keep saying that, but I really do. And for this, it would have been great, really important that you read the fun sheets. It takes a little bit of time to get your head around this one. I'll do my best to explain it, of course, in the video. There is a chapter all about this as well in You Are Inspired, the book with the yellow cover. The notes tell you a bit about it. I'm going to tell you a lot about it, and we're going to do it. It's the Energy Gridline upgrade. Now, it is 99.999% guaranteed that you will get an Energy Gridline upgrade while we do this process today, because what the universe does is it lines you up to make the timing right so that you can have one now. The Energy Gridline upgrade is not something we can force. We can't make it happen. It's we're not forcing anything, but we can look at a chakra, we can hold a pendulum above it, and then we can give it a balance, and then we can hold the pendulum above it again. And the chakra always responds. It usually enjoys a balance. You've never heard of such a thing as a too healthy chakra, a chakra that's overly healthy or too healthy. But with the Energy Gridline upgrade, you get the upgrade when your vibration has been rising. So you've been doing great things in this course. You've been raising your vibration. Maybe you've been doing the 5 minutes a day meditation. I hope you have. That is so powerful. Oh, that's a whole other course and a whole other topic in itself. 5 minutes a day of meditation, doing all these exercises, balancing your own chakras, talking to your angels and spirit guides, using the rejuvenation treatment, using the rainbow treatment, giving yourself a heart-mind balance. All of these processes are helping you to raise your vibration, to raise your levels of consciousness, to clear blockages, old patterns. My goodness, the past lives, clear those old patterns. So the universe says, great, you've been working really hard, you've been doing a great job. Let's give you an Energy Gridline upgrade. Now, do you always need to know when this is going to happen? No, you don't. An Energy Gridline upgrade can happen quite spontaneously. So you've been going through life, working on your self-awareness, doing your personal development, reading a book here, doing a workshop there, and you might just wake up one day and just feel a whole lot better and think, wow, I can't put this down to anything particular. I just feel good. I feel like I've let go of something. That's often when an Energy Gridline upgrade has happened spontaneously for you at night. Today we're going to consciously observe one. You're going to have the chance to observe it, and I'll walk you through the steps. Your angels and guides are the ones who do it for you. So even in this process, even when you're aware of it happening, you're not the one doing it. It's not like the chakra balance or the heart-mind balance where you have to hold the pendulum and channel in the energy and do all of that. The Energy Gridline upgrade, you just sit and relax and enjoy. It can even be great to lie down and just feel the process going on and observe it in your mind's eye, watch it on your inner screen. But you'll get to try this again if you want to. So, that's what the videos are for, but also having the awareness of what's going on. You can ask your angels and guides, am I ready for another Energy Gridline upgrade? Sometime down the track. Your vibration keeps raising, you keep working on yourself, you keep developing, you keep letting go of what you need to let go of. There's no limit on the number of energy gridline upgrades you can have. Because if you keep growing and expanding and working towards your highest path and being on your highest path and living your truth, they'll just keep raising your vibration and working with you. The energy grid lines literally are like a network or mesh of grid lines that run horizontally through your body and vertically through your body from front to back. So there's not just one layer either. There's all the horizontal ones and all the vertical ones, creating this sort of three-dimensional grid or network that is part of your spiritual anatomy, part of your spiritual anatomy framework. So chakras, channel, energy grid lines. When I was first shown this process, I was completely blown away. Like I've already mentioned, it's usually a spontaneous thing. So when someone books in for a reading with me, I don't say, okay, well, when you come in next week, we're going to give you an energy grid line upgrade. I might be doing some chakra balancing with them. We might be telling them about a past life. Then all of a sudden, I will be able to see the existing set of grid lines in and around my client's body, and I can say to them, oh, your existing set is such and such a colour, they look a bit run down and worn out. Your angels and guides are saying that they're going to remove those and replace them with a new set. And that's precisely what happens. If you think of them as a bit like batteries or fluorescent light tubes, so they're really bright and colourful when they're first installed, and then after a certain amount of time they run out of energy because you are utilising the energy from them, and as you raise your vibration, they get worn out, they run out, they become obsolete. So this is the whole point. We get an upgrade. Once you've had an energy grid line upgrade, you can feel a little bit buzzy and tingly for the next couple of days, like, wow, you know, I feel so energized. And then you become accustomed to it. Now this is where people contact me and say, oh, that energy grid line upgrade was great, Belinda Grace, but it's worn off, it's gone away. And it's not that it's worn off, it's that you've become accustomed to the new fabulous vibrations. So these are all things that you might experience as we go through this process and afterwards. There is no particular sequence in the colours either. So today I might have an existing set of grid lines that are yellow, and if they give me an upgrade today, I might end up with a blue set or a pink set. I don't know yet. You may have pink or blue as your existing colour of energy grid lines, and you may be upgraded to a yellow. The colours really don't necessarily have any meaning in this situation, and there's certainly no hierarchy. So it's not like, oh, well, I got yellow grid lines in my upgrade, mine are better than yours. It's none of that. When we go into this process, what you're going to do is simply close your eyes and just connect to the intention of allowing yourself to receive an energy grid line upgrade. We're not doing it yet. I'm just kind of giving you a little bit of a preamble. You're just going to tune into that intention. I'm open for an energy grid line upgrade. If it's the right time for me, bring it on. And then in your mind's eye, on your inner screen, and also feeling it going on around you and through you, you might notice some of your angels and spirit guides, or even sometimes just these beautiful, elegant hands coming and removing the old grid lines horizontally, vertically. Sometimes they'll start with the vertical and then go to the horizontal. Sometimes they start from the grid lines on the inside and work their way out. There's no set pattern, but sometimes you can feel it. Now, it's not painful or uncomfortable or anything like that. You just somehow notice these old grid lines being taken away. Then something really magical happens once all the old grid lines have been removed. And yes, some of them can be very weak or even crumbling, and some of them obviously are very dull, but the angels and guides will clear away all the old grid lines and any residue from them. Then the magical thing that I really love about this process, and I always stop and point it out to the client, is there's a couple of seconds, like there's a little pause where there's no grid lines at all. The old set have been taken out and the new set haven't been put in yet. And so it feels very spacious. It feels sort of cosmic, galactic. It feels like, wow. It's hard to explain. It's very peaceful, a tranquil, floating moment. And then your angels and guides will start putting in the new energy grid lines, start creating the new structure, this new level of spiritual anatomy with its beautiful higher vibration. So the key things to observe here are noticing if you can feel any sensation, noticing if you can see any of this going on in your inner screen. Can you see the angels and guides taking the old grid lines away? What colour are they? And that's something that you need to note down at the end of this process. So hopefully you've got some pen and paper handy. You should have your fun sheets with you, I hope. Watch them take the old set out. Observe what colour the old set are. Then be aware of that beautiful moment where there's a pause, where there's no grid lines at all, a real sense of spaciousness and quiet. And then watch the new grid lines, or feel the new grid lines being installed, being put through and around your body. And of course, take note of what colour they are. And that's going to be something that you write down at the end of the process too. For some people, this process can be very quick, and others it can take, even sometimes 10 or 15 minutes. But the average, I would say, is about 5 minutes. So if you need to pause the video, please do so. That's what is so convenient about working this way. If we're in a classroom situation and we've got 10 people all sitting there in a circle, I can't pace the process to suit absolutely everybody, but you can pace it to suit yourself. So if you need more time than I give you in this video, please just pause and come back to us, but do be sure to come back to us. Now I'm going to sit down so I can close my eyes and really relax and enjoy this process. So please close your eyes too. And if you wanted to get even more comfortable by lying down on your couch or going to your bedroom and taking your computer or iPhone or whatever device with you, just get yourself comfortable now. And call in your angels and guides around you. And let them know you are ready for an energy gridline upgrade, that you would really like to be able to witness and experience this beautiful thing. Feel them gathering around you. And on your inner screen, notice already if you can see your existing set of energy grid lines, or do you feel them? You might not see the colour, but I had one student in particular who everything was just told to her as a verbal message or a thought. So she never saw the colour of her grid lines, but she heard one of her guides say the name of the colour. She just trusted that. She went with that. It took her a long time to get her visual faculty up and running. She didn't give up, but it took a couple of months. Tuning in to your existing set of grid lines, watching them light up or just noticing. It might help if you look at the horizontal first or the vertical first, like just look at one or the other first. And then see if you can notice the grid lines running in the other direction, creating that grid, that box-like, mesh-like grid. What colour are your existing grid lines? If you can't see them, or if you don't get a feeling what colour they are, ask, and maybe you will be told. And then if they haven't started removing the old grid lines already, give your angels and guides the go-ahead and say, yes, please, I would like an energy grid line upgrade. And you might start to see those hands coming and pulling the old grid lines away. You may see your actual angel or spirit guide, or a number of them. And if you don't see anything, just feel into it, tune into it, and see if you can notice the old grid lines being removed. Notice what colour your existing grid lines are as they're being removed. Usually they're all one colour, like all blue or all green, but occasionally people get multicoloured sets of grid lines, a multicoloured set of grid lines. And this is a good place to pause the video if you feel like you're going to need more time. If it's moving very quickly for you, you can stay with me. Pause the video here if you need to. Now we're coming to the point where nearly all of the existing grid lines have been removed. And coming to that beautiful place in the process where there's just that spaciousness. The old grid lines are gone, the new grid lines aren't being installed yet. Just enjoy this bit of space and peace. Now your angels and guides will probably start installing the new set pretty quickly. That pause doesn't usually last for very long. Watch them as they're doing it, feel the experience. Are they starting from head to toe, going down through all the horizontal ones like a ladder? Or are they putting the vertical grid lines in from left to right or right to left? Just watch what's going on, be the witness. You don't have to actually do anything. And again, if you feel like you would like to pause the video here, if you feel like the installation of your new set of grid lines is going to take some time, pause the video, make sure you come back. Again, if it's moving rapidly for you, please just stay with me. Let your grid lines be installed nice and quickly if that's what's happening. And of course, notice what colour they are. And then when you feel all that activity has ceased, that the new set of grid lines are in and you've got a feeling for what colour they are, hopefully, thank your angels and guides for completing this wonderful process for you. And wrap yourself, ask them to wrap you in a beautiful cocoon of energy and light. Take a nice deep breath, wriggle your fingers and toes and come back into the room, come back into your normal everyday awareness. Wow, I certainly feel like I got an upgrade. That felt fantastic. But how about you? How did you go with that? Do you feel that you had an energy grid line upgrade? I certainly believe you did. I think you've lined yourself up for this beautifully, working so hard through all the modules to get to this point. Now, when we finish talking, it's a good idea for you to grab your notebook and pen and write down what colour the existing set were or the old set, and what colour your new set of grid lines are, just because it's nice to keep track of these things. You know, you might find that you're engaging in this process quite regularly as you are moving along your spiritual path, developing yourself very quickly. If you're not interested, that's okay, you don't have to write it down, but that's certainly what I recommend, because you think you're going to remember and you won't. But that's the energy grid line upgrade process. It's actually quite simple. You're not the one doing it. You're not removing the old grid lines or putting in the new grid lines. You are observing, witnessing, and receiving. And wow, you have raised your vibration. The universe has given you a beautiful gift in the form of a new set of grid lines. So a higher energy, a higher vibration. You may feel a little bit buzzy for the next couple of days. That's great. When that settles down, or more accurately, when you get used to it, don't think, oh my God, it's gone away or it's stopped. You've just become accustomed to this new high vibration. So well done. We've got one more little exercise left to do in Module 7. So I'll look forward to seeing you there. Okay, see you soon.